Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the Round 3 Front 9 coverage of the 2021 Open at Belton, presented by Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. I am Brian Earhart, joined here one last time by Kona Panis, calling the shots with me today. What is up, Kona?
What's up, everyone? I think we're going to see a battle today. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we have some players on this lead card that have been putting together some fantastic numbers, including Catrina Allen, who shot a blistering 9 under par in round 2. She has a 3-stroke lead over Missy Gannon, who shot an amazing 994 rated second round as well. And you are still hanging in there alongside Heather Young. Anything can really happen out there.
Yeah, and we got some wind today, so it's just going to be who can battle that wind, make their putts. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to score and also a lot of opportunities to take some big numbers with the wind you were talking about. And hole 1 is a really awesome opening shot that we've been witnessing. So Kat is going to go with the wide hyzer.
She's throwing her 400G D2, and she actually took that wide hyzer. Nobody really takes that route, so when she lined up, I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah, the wind must be playing in her favor to take that. And Missy tries going up the gut, standard route, and it looks like she's safe, barely.
Barely. Yeah, that right to left wind just pushed her straight left.
And if you get this reverse skip, this could be a great shot for you. And you are inside C1.
This is Heather's D1. Look at this.
Oh, and just a perfect shot from Heather. That's 20 short. Great drive.
I love Missy's touch backhand up shot. It's so clean.
Yeah, she throws those nice little nose up floaty hyzers. Sticks them next to the basket. Cat for birdie. Little spin putt coming out of her hand. You could see that wind blowing towards her.
So this is the closest I've been all 3 rounds. So I'm looking.
Just left. Trying to get the stroke going. And we watched Heather yesterday have an outrageous roller coaster round, stringing together a ridiculous string of birdies at the end to come back to, I believe, even par. And she's hoping to continue that momentum here.
And what a great way to start.
Yeah, awesome birdie, straight up the gut. 25-footer. Heather is tied with you as being the farthest off the lead, but there is a lot of ground to make up out here if this wind is played accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Cat tosses in her par.
Yeah, and Missy and I are just right there too, so we're just going to have some tap-in pars as well.
And Missy putting with a very underrepresented disc in the Discraft lineup. It is the Challenger SS, a beadless version of the Challenger, a lot floatier and a little bit straighter than the beaded counterparts. Squeaks it in left side. Kona's going to take her par, and we are going to move into hole number 2. And with hole number 2, this low ceiling par 4, how does the wind affect the way you play this hole?
Yeah, so that right to left wind got in my head a little bit just because it's pushing to that left guardian tree off the tee. So, just trying to get dead center fairway, and, Heather left-handed with this wind.
Yeah, this is the distance wind for a lefty. It allows them to kind of just push the disc over on turn without much effort. And she's farther back than you'd like, but still straight. And that is a crosswind play if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, Miss Heiser flip. Beautiful shot.
A little bit flippier of a disc, too, to let that disc get helped by the crosswind as it's flipping up to flat.
This is Missy's ESP Thrasher.
And as you can see, she threw it flat. Crosswind kind of shoved that plate down. And you tried to go the exact line that Catrina threw, and actually, even with clipping that tree, crushed it down the fairway. Nice flat shot from Missy. That's got to sit down.
It just crests that hill, and we didn't realize how far it went. It looked so perfect out of her hand, you know, and that slope just brought it all the way down the hill.
Just showing how much depth perception matters on this shot.
And then Heather did the opposite, you know, just didn't quite get over that crest of the hill. I was surprised Catrina threw that stable of a disc on this shot, but maybe it was that right to left maybe getting with her.
It was probably her trying to play that left to right shot.
Oh, lucky.
Probably didn't see that from where you were.
No.
But you are parked for birdie. And just right for Missy. She's going to tap in a nice par.
Catrina just low on her birdie putt. You know, that's a daunting putt looking straight down, so it was a good bid.
And lucky she stuck.
Heather tapping in par, and I'll be tapping in the only birdie on the card. That felt good because I didn't get it the first or the second round.
And with the hole averaging actually a 3.96, so actually taking almost a whole stroke of the field. We're going to move into number 3. This shorty of a hole has posed quite a problem to a lot of the players. I'm not even sure if we've seen a single player pure the gap. Such a challenging, another depth perception style hole.
So for some reason, I changed my game plan and went with my Firebird, my like 6-year-old Firebird. I don't know what I was thinking, and she just went in the river.
Just left. And that is not an easy comebacker either.
Heather, after this shot, she's like, I'm just happy I got down the hill. That was like the only thing I wanted to do.
Yeah, look how challenging just even accessing this green is. Ooh. Weird reaction off of some sort of stump or twig coming out of the ground. Shot her way left. And this has got to get down from Missy.
Oof.
And it does, just outside C1.
Catrina just having to lay up for par. I had a funky looking putt here. You can see me breathing pretty hard.
Just over the basket. And here's a birdie putt from Missy.
Yeah, weird putt. She had to go around that big tree.
And that is a solid birdie putt from Heather. She is 2 under for the round, and she looks like she's in control right now.
She was looking very confident from the very start. Yeah.
Just low.
I had a weird stance. I'm not used to, you know, being uphill like that with my new putt, so.
And Catrina is going to tap in her par. Kona is going to snag an unfortunate double bogey 5 on this hole. And a par from Missy.
Okay if I grab this for you? Yes, please.
And hole number 4, 445-foot par 4. I think this is one of the best holes in the course.
It is one of the best holes, but it's also one of the most difficult just because you have to hit your line so perfect, and to get in the right position, you just have to be center fairway. If you're in any of those trees on the right or left side, it makes for a tough par.
And Heather going hyzer flip out of the hand. Speaking of center cut, that is out of the gap almost, and she's going to be in perfect position again.
Yeah, just crushing that D2.
And a nice reverse flare from Catrina, another center cut shot.
But a second kick back.
Wow, you see how tight those white OB flags on the left side are, so that is a fortunate break. And a similar miss, but that's got to sit down. And it seems like you've been up on that right side more times than you'd like.
Oh, dude, I hate it. Just a little right hitting that tree, but it does kick her back to center fairway. I wish they saw my line because I really didn't have anything, and then we had a rules call on that shot if I was OB or not for a while.
And that is a solid approach shot from where you were at.
Yeah, Lone Hal won. She was juicy in that wind.
And another misfire from Missy, and she's not going to have an easy look. She might be laying that putt up.
Beautiful forehand from Catrina.
Yeah, you kind of knew exactly what she was going to throw right when she started her throw. Very rehearsed, you could tell. And Heather, chip shot sidearm to the basket.
I love watching her forehand lately.
Just not getting it going. Low yet again. Wow.
Beautiful headwind putt. Beautiful.
That is a tough, tough angle to access that basket. That is a third birdie from Heather Young. She is 3 down through 4 and catching up to Catrina Allen quickly.
Yeah, Missy taking that bogey. And then we'll see if Catrina can get her bird.
She's watched Heather on the past 4 holes play very solid, so she knows what she has to do.
Yeah, right out of her hand, she's like, oh my gosh. I think that little headwind got in her head just a little bit.
It's a very conscious decision on some of those short uphill headwind putts.
Hey guys, I'm Missy Gannon. I just want to thank everyone for watching the final round coverage of the Open at Belton. If you want to support me, go pick up a 2021 Tour Series Undertaker from Discraft or from your local store. I also want to shout out Grip Equipment, OTB Discs, as well as Whale Sacks. Thanks everyone for the support, and on to the next one.
And hole number 5, 788-foot par 4. This is another hole that seems to be almost just out of reach for a lot of these players.
Yeah, it takes 2 big bombs if you want to get, you know, the 3, which we don't see from a lot of women. So a lot of us are just trying to get it in the fairway, lay up to the basket, and hopefully take that 4.
Yeah, you know, they call this a par 4 as Heather throws a beautiful tee shot. This hole averaged a full stroke over par. This actually was averaging a 5.04.
Oh, wow.
So a 3 is going to, you know, in regards to scoring spread, it's going to feel like an eagle.
Catrina hitting that tree off the tee. I'm surprised she goes that way because she seemed to hit that tree every round I played with her.
And that is a solid drive from Missy. You know, it's one of those things for Catrina's drive. If you hit one in practice perfectly and it you know, flies a beautiful line, it's kind of hard to get away from it in tournament, even if you're missing.
True.
And yours looked beautiful and caught that last ninja branch.
Yeah, that tree has my number.
Luckily, you were in a good position and you crush your Emperor.
Yeah, we had that left to right wind just pushing. I'm like, if I just put on a little bit of hyzer, it'll pop up nice and flat.
That should be a pretty simple up and down. Ooh, Missy's, I believe, Thrasher. A little bit low.
Yeah, that wind just spanked it down.
And Catrina put a great move on this shot. She's still short. The 3 is still out of reach. And now we get to the big drive of the card. Heather Young's distance is coming along. Quickly.
And look at this route she takes.
Wow. That is a confident route.
Yeah, like everyone else is kind of going that right side, and she just went right through those trees. Very confident.
Speaking of confidence, a beautiful slow hyzer from Missy. That's going to be within circle 1. Still not a gimme putt on this green.
This is Heather's A3.
Wow.
Park job.
Park job.
Yeah, and that was my AVRX3. I think the wind kind of just kept her straight, so I have a little bit of a long putt looking up at that basket.
Catrina's hoping that sits, and she is behind the Slim Jims. That is...
She was not stoked about that.
It's going to be a tough putt. Oh, almost came in through the backside, but that's got to sit down.
Slim Jim.
You got Slim Jimmed.
Now I'm putting through the Slim Jims.
Great putt. That's a good save there. And again, the bogey feels bad, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually only losing you not that much.
Yeah, I was just happy to make that putt in that wind.
Taking her time. And that's the thing about these stakes that they're starting to put in courses. It's really the difference between a straddle and a staggered putt.
Yeah.
And she gets the par. The time taken was worth it.
Missy will have that same kind of wind for her par putt.
Uphill, headwind. Not easy. Solid par putt for Missy. She's going to remain 2 under par.
And Heather tapping in her par, playing some really clean golf.
Consistency is the foundation that talent thrives from.
Paul steps up.
Day after day and year after year. Luck has nothing to do with it.
And moving into number 6. Another one of those par 3s that's just out of reach unless you do have the Catrina Allen roller. We did see her go deep in round 1, I believe. But this is another one you kind of want to just play for a 3.
Yeah, especially in this wind, we have that right to left really pushing hard, so Heather getting testy with that branch up top, but coming back with her D2. Gorgeous shot.
Yeah, that's really right where you want to be. And she was trying for the roller, it looks like, but just did not get over on it right away. She's going to have a little work to do.
I think Missy was just trying to throw like your normal Anheuser and have it flatten out, but you know, that wind just shoved that flight plate straight into the ground.
Still rolling.
She said that when she was walking back. She's still going. I opt for the simple forehand with my Halo Destroyer. You know, I'm not going for the 2, and I don't want to even mess with a backhand in this wind.
Yeah, it's more trusting your capabilities with the approach shot, which is something to definitely bet on with how you've been throwing them. And that's going to be some work for Missy. Solid approach from Catrina.
So I ended short on this, and I feel like just we had this headwind, you know, right to left, and it just felt like it just pushed it back. You know, I gave it pretty good power, and it still didn't get there.
And a nice soft approach. Yeah, the wind doesn't feel as strong, but it's definitely present, which can sometimes be very deceiving.
Beautiful headwind putt. Yeah, Missy's one of our better putters on the road. It's really great to see her when she's on.
Yeah, and especially just that smooth spin putt.
Great release.
And it's such an advantage to have that style of putt in this windy condition. And I'm sure you're probably even feeling it too now that you've switched.
Yeah, I actually like the headwind putts more. And that was, I said it right after I put. I'm like, that was just so ugly. My load was bad. It was just not a good putt.
And Heather looks like she's on autopilot right now. Every shot looks easy for her.
Making Catrina work for it.
Yeah, Kat's got a little work to do here. This is definitely not a gimme. 20 feet. And she gets her par as well.
Yeah, very confident putt from Catrina.
It's crazy, the element of pressure in these moments can make even a 20-footer feel very, very tense.
Yeah, and I don't know if these ladies check scores too much, so I don't know.
It's just seeing the player on your card trailing you, you know, playing well and
True.
definitely looking like they're ready to make a charge.
Hole 7, so we have an OB fence along the left side and then it opens up, but then we also have OB on the right as well. In this right to left wind, it's going to be touchy for our right-hand players, but it will favor our lefty on the card.
Yeah, this is distance wind, but she is just going safe forehand. But she's just showing off the forehand chops that she's been working on. This is a weapon for her now.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. She has such great snap.
And Catrina's pushes a little left, but still safe, I believe.
Oof.
That's up there. She's definitely going to have a pretty easy approach.
This was a great throw out of Missy with her ESP Zeus.
Handling that wind nicely. And you made a disc adjustment here, it looks like.
I did. So I went Halo Destroyer today just because, you know, we've been talking. My Emperor just keeps flipping up on me.
Luckily, you hit that tree and stayed safe. But the forehand...
Little short. I was worried on the backhand about that right to left pushing me too much, so I didn't even want to mess with it.
And that's got to come back for Heather. Oh, and it does.
Putting on a clinic. Yeah, right out of Missy's hand, she knew it was just too high, and that wind just pushed it left.
Oh, and some really nasty ground play on Catrina's, and she's going to have a headwind from Circle's edge. And Heather's parked. Looks like the wind is starting to rip at this moment.
Yeah, it started to pick up. And that's the only thing about Catrina's putt is, you know, it's a little bit nose up, it's a little floaty, so in those headwinds putts, it's a little testy.
Yes, definitely testy, and with the hyzer release, sometimes those headwinds can really blow you over the basket. She's going to tap in a bogey, and Heather is still not up to putt yet. And that's going to be a bogey for Missy as well.
And Heather's looking at a simple par right now.
And when you look at the scoring spread in this hole, 3.93. This is a birdie. This is a complete birdie on the field. Just
Taking
two textbook shots. And a little little fumble there from Heather, but
She's like, I just kept walking. It was cute.
and a bit of a rough stretch for you on this front nine. See if we can pick it up. And hole number 8, a really beautiful hole. OB left, OB right, subtle dog leg. This is a twoable hole. This is definitely a twoable hole with the right shot. How has your game plan changed going into this hole? Has it?
It really, actually, I'm throwing my Emperor, my more understable disc. I have been throwing the Halo Destroyer.
Oh, and what an unfortunate break for Heather.
Dude, it rolled in the opposite way.
Unbelievable.
We were shocked.
And this is a more textbook play, but that's also got to sit down, and she gets the reverse fortune.
Tree love.
Wow. Missy yanks on hers a little bit right, but that's got to keep pushing. And that ends up being a huge drive.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We were watching it, and we were like, oh, don't go in, don't go in. And it was just like a perfect stability.
And you have ripped on this shot. Wow. That must have felt good after rough stretch of holes.
Yeah, it definitely felt good to put one in the fairway close to the basket. I kind of have a look.
Would be a nice momentum swing to get the eagle. This is a big one for Heather. This has got a flare. Oh, and it does. Oh, my goodness. She is right there.
That disc is so stable. Like, you see how hard she, like, knifes it over?
Yeah, she's definitely opting for that more chop forehand style rather than the, traditional frisbee forehand that's more snappy.
Mm-hmm. Missy just laying up, not even trying for it.
And here's an eagle look.
Yeah, a weenie kind of eagle look.
Bit of a safe run.
Yeah.
And calm and collected, Heather gets up and down after going out of bounds.
Yeah, great par save, great shot. She's just looking so clean, so confident.
Missy gets the birdie after a rough bogey on 7. She will remain 2 under par for the tournament.
Yeah, great birdie putt from Catrina. As Nate Doss would say, we're seeing a little game of cat and mouse.
We are definitely seeing... Shout-outs to Nate Doss. We are definitely seeing a game of cat and mouse right now.
Yeah, and that birdie feels great, you know, taking one of those bogeys off my scorecard, you know, so hopefully we keep it going.
And we're going to move into number 9, a tough hole to birdie, especially with the righty backhand. Heather does have an advantage here over Cat.
Yep. And we have a headwind on this hole. Catrina actually disced up to a 400 GX3. Usually she threw like a mid-range the other days, so I think the wind was testing.
And Missy has thrown a pipe dream down the middle, and that's going to be a simple up and down for a 3. And a little bit more height, that would have been flexing out.
I thought the same thing. This is Heather's D2.
A little bit short, but again, the lefty backhand into the green is a little bit safer. And a great stick.
Yeah, happy for a little par putt on this hole. Catrina just hopping over mine.
Missy with little step through, that is perfect. And Heather, I'm guessing, is just going to follow suit, not go for anything crazy here. Solid par. And she's just strung together some simple 3s on the holes that are just out of reach for a lot of the field.
Just playing simple golf, you know, just doing everything she needs to do.
And a par for you to finish out that front 9. You are 3 over par for the tournament, but you are still tied for 4th place. Definitely putting in the work still.
Yep. Still have a lot of golf left.
Oh, yeah. And Kat maintains a 3-stroke lead on Heather. But it is shaping up to be, just by the looks of both of these players, it's going to be a barn burner. There you have it for the front 9. Catrina Allen remains even for the front 9. But Heather Young, a clean 3 down for the front. And Missy's still in the hunt, and I think you have some opportunities to score in this back 9 as well. There you have it, folks. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. I'm Brian Earhart. She's Kona Panis.
Catch you on the back 9.
We will catch you on the back 9.